Alright, this video is going to give you some tips on Reason rewiring into Cubase. I have both of the softwares open right now. I got Cubase here and Reason here. I'm using Cubase 8.5 Pro and Reason 9. And I want to show you how to basically do some connections, mapping that will give you the ability to send Cubase audio from Reason so that you can mix your Reason tracks in Cubase using third-party plugins. And that's pretty much the biggest advantage, is you're going to be able to use whatever plugins that are accessible to Cubase on your Reason tracks. So first of all, to get this to play in Cubase, after you've opened Cubase first and then you've opened Reason second, you go into Cubase here and you go up to your devices menu, go all the way down to Reason Rewire, and you will select Mix Left and Right, and they will automatically pop up on your screen here as a new channel. This is the channel that's going to take all the sound from Reason and bring it in as one. First, I want to show you guys how the rack in Reason is set up. If you go to the rack where all your instruments are, you got this master section right here, and this is how Reason takes in all the sounds and sends it to the Reason interface. So the master section has these two chords right here as the master out, and they go into 1 and 2. So in order to get sound to get from Reason to Cubase, all you got to do is go to Cubase, go into the devices menu, down to Reason Rewire, and at the Reason Rewire you will turn on Mix Left and Mix Right. This is essentially the outputs 1 and 2 that we just saw in Reason. And once you turn those on, it brings up a channel in Cubase that shows you left and right. So now when you press play in Cubase, which is ultimately going to fire Reason, you will hear Reason coming through Cubase. So that's what we're hearing there, is Cubase taking in all the signal from Reason as one, basically, well, 2 channels through this audio interface that Reason has. Now, what you can do is you can start patching these as separate channels if you'd like. If you want to take one channel, or even all your channels, really, you can send these separately through all these different input channels, and Cubase will get them all when you turn them on simply by selecting these right here. And you see how all these channels are coming up. You turn them off, they go away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my channels from Reason here, and I'm going to send it through as a separate channel through Cubase. And what that will allow me to do is to use specific third-party plugins on that channel itself and not the entire mix. So this channel right here, this sub bass 2, is hooked into this mix channel. We're going to go to the back and look. The main out from the subtractor is coming out and it's going into this mix channel. And this mix channel basically is the same channel that you have hooked up to your SSL mixer here. Right here. So going back to the rack, if I want to take this channel and send it out separately, basically what I would do is take this right here, this direct out, and I will bring this up to the interface, and I'm going to put it in channel 3. And it's going to go out now as its own separate channel to be received in Cubase. Now if I go back to Cubase, I don't have channel 3 set up yet, so what I want you to hear, I'm going to play the track and you can see how the bass is not going to be coming through. The bass is silent. Why? Is because Cubase needs it to be activated right here as channel 3, like we just plugged it in. And once I activate it and I begin to play, you hear that bass channel. Because it's been mapped now to Cubase, as its own separate channel. And now what that allows me to do is to go in here into this channel, and I can put on, any type of, plugin that is accessible to Cubase that I have, and basically just do whatever I please to make this sound the way that I want. So that's how you basically do these mappings, and you can do that essentially for every single one of your channels if you like. As long as you have the processing power to do it, you can do it for every single channel. You can do it for some channels, but ideally, the biggest advantage that this gives you is to be able to use third-party plugins on Reason, but you have to use Cubase pretty much as the bridge. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions on this. Drop some comments, like the video, share it, and I hope this helps you out.